I am the Member of Parliament for Bia West, Honorable Dr. Augustine Tawiah, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to serve the people of Bia West. I was privileged to be voted as the MP in 2016, and I have served nearly 4 years. I have lived in this district. I have traveled extensively. I'm aware of the challenges of this district, but I've been very patient to listen to opinion leaders, chiefs, family heads, unit committee members, assemblymen, and all of these groups have informed me about their challenges in terms of water, electricity extension, healthcare, education, agricultural inputs, the nature of our roads and bridges, markets, town development, and the general well-being of the people. I have taken time to systematically look at these different things that affect the people here. For example, we don't have our major roads in the district town. As a result, it is extremely difficult to travel from one end to the other. And it is quite a distance to actually travel from one end to the other. And therefore, we have difficulty making transitions in terms of changing the nature of our workforce here, from near farmers to middle class people. Teachers are posted here, they don't delight in coming. We have district assembly staff. Some of them don't want to come to this place because the roads are bad. It's very difficult to get here and so forth. So we have taken these issues systematically. I have spent a large amount of money trying to just maintain bridges to villages where we have to obtain wood and nails, and we use the labor of the people with some incentives, motivation, so that they can actually rebuild those broken bridges. Besides, I have advocated very strongly for our roads. I have been to the Ministry of Roads and Highways many times, telling them about our needs here, engaging the Minister for Roads and Highways, his 2 deputies, and also going to Cocoa Board and dealing with them in terms of even reshaping the existing bad roads that we have here. You will find me on the Duke Road. I staged a one-man press conference in which I actually had all the parliamentary press corps to talk to them about the nature of our roads. We are glad that some work is being done here, but that's just on the major roads. What about the linking roads? So that from Kunkumso to Akaratiso, from Eliokrom to Papase, through Fusukrom to the adjoining districts, all those roads are not paved. They have not been reshaped in the last 3.5 years during this administration. So these are some very difficult decisions, very difficult issues we have to live with here. In terms of education, I have a passion for education because education is the key for transformation. It's the key for the formation and the development of any place. If people are educated, they make very good choices. If they are not exposed to the data, then they are only limited to what they have within their own communities. So I have given significant attention. I founded the Lamplighter school here, which is the best school in the district, and they actually won the Western North Regional School Competition quiz. And then the Bia Lamplighter College of Education. We are now recruiting 500 students, which means every year we will graduate 500 students. Currently, we have students who are studying for the diploma, and in the level 300, going to level 300, everybody will be a degree pursuing student. That means everybody will get an undergraduate degree from here, right here in the Biso. So I'm constructing a 20 classroom block so that we can accommodate the new students who are coming. And we are developing new infrastructure for housing, both males and females. Besides that, we are also working on a new dining hall complex so that we will have the assembly hall as an assembly hall alone for examinations and for gatherings. When you go through the district, you will find that I am building 28 early childhood blocks. It consists of 2 classrooms and an office. Since early childhood became part of our education system, we have not had any buildings, not even one in our district. It is rather unfortunate. So the kids meet under trees. Sometimes there is bamboo shed made for them, and as soon as the rains are coming, they either integrate with the class 1 kids or they just ask them to go home. Some of the classrooms are overcrowded, so we are building the 28, but we are using the 4.5% from the GET fund, which is extremely difficult. And therefore, I have to make a lot of adjustments in funding some of these gravels personally, some of the cement that we need, and other materials that are supplied at my own expense without waiting for the government. So we have it in 28 places. Further, in education, I have contributed a lot of cement to Ajofio Senior High School. We have contributed a lot of cement to the Bia Senior High Technical School. Besides, I have taken the challenge of expending well over 100,000 Ghana cedis to build an administration block for Ajofua Vocational Technical. They have Eliokrum Vocational Technical. They have initiated their own technical school, and it's a very basic program. So instead of having a secondary school in addition to the others, we are focusing on secondary technical with the goal that it will enable people to also learn the trades there. We want to reduce it from certificate level, NVTI, to HND if at all possible in the future. But the point is, as a technical institute, we want plumbers to be developed here. We want people with expertise in refrigeration and air conditioning. All of these things are happening, and we need artisans. We want welded, straighters, mechanics of different areas in their trade. All of this to enable them to do very well and to live independent lives. Furthermore, in the health sector, I've expended a lot of money, and we have been able to update the same health center program in Bia West District. And so we have refurbished the place. They didn't have a place to keep their records. They were in the open. We have updated it with chairs. They have tiled the place. I mean, it's updated. I would rather go there than even go to the main hospital. And we have been able to make signage for all the clinics in the 18 health facilities in the district. Besides that, we are also buying the basic equipment like scales, thermometers for the health facilities. In the area of health again, I am putting in quite a substantial amount of money to develop the Asunta Chips compound. It will be an ultra-modern chips compound. It was well designed and construction is ongoing. Right now it's at the window level. When you come to the area of water, water is life. If we don't have water to drink, our sanitary conditions will deteriorate. As a result of that, we are working very hard to get water here. And the key thing is, right now, the farmers are applying chemicals, weedicides on their farms. Then what happens is, during the rain season, they all get washed into the riverbed. And therefore, we have all kinds of pollutants in the rivers. You are talking of fertilizers, residue, you are talking of weedicides, herbicides, they are all washing into the river. So we are drinking this water in our communities, introducing different chemical agents into the food chain, and that can be very dangerous for our people. What we have tried to do is to address this situation by sinking boreholes for the communities. So in the last 3.5 years, we have initiated boreholes in about 16 communities, and additional ones have also been supplied by the government. So all of these things are helping so that we can actually do something to improve the quality of health in our communities, because water is connected with health. And when people get all kinds of skin diseases, rashes, and even up to cancer because of the combination of chemicals in our waters. So that's being addressed. And we develop the borehole, and then we erect a tank on it with either solar or electricity to pump the water into a tank, and the receptacle tank then utilizes gravity to distribute the water to the community. In some cases, they have a hand pump because we don't have electricity and the processes were not complete. We use the solar energy. When you come to youth, it's extremely important for me. The youth is the future of our society, but we don't wait until they have no skills, they have no opportunity, when they are fully developed and we say the youth are future leaders. If they are future leaders, we have to work on them today. So we have initiated an apprenticeship program where they are going to learn trades. Some are already in the trades I have supported, so that they will be able to get credentials in the various artisans. We are talking of developing skills in draftsmanship. Some are attending nursing colleges, teacher education colleges. Last year, I paid 103,000 Ghana cedis as fees and charges related to other people's education. But it is important to recognize that the youth have potential in this district and they are really utilizing it. And so with the apprenticeship program, those who cannot enroll in the formal education system, we will still be able to support them so that they can acquire trades and skills and so forth in order to develop their own means of supporting themselves. We are also in touch with other institutions so that we can actually advance our course here. I have spent nearly 30,000 Ghana cedis on the law enforcement in the last 3 years. I bought them 2 motorbikes. I supported them to repair their operational vehicle at a cost of 10,000 one time and 8,000 another time. All of these things is to ensure we have safety here. We are a border district towards Côte d'Ivoire, and so we want to make sure that our police are able to do their work effectively. And the vehicle and motorbikes are 2 important means of reaching out in the district. We have also supported the chiefs in making sure that dispute resolution is amicably done. I have spent money in helping with the law court, the old law court and the new one which is being built. In fact, the plans for the new buildings were all done, and then later on the Chief Justice came here and changed those plans, and so some money was expended big time. We are hoping that our cocoa in this area will improve, and the replanting of the cocoa as well as other new cash crops like palm. Some are doing coconut and some are doing cashew, all of these things. So we continue to advise them to follow the Extension Services Department their suggestions, their recommendations, so that these farmers will be successful. And also, it will help us to have good yields in our farms. We are also working with the farmers themselves directly, those who are acquiring part of the forest reserve to make their own farms. All the secondary forests are utilized for cocoa now, and so they are using the forest reserve. They have regulations as to when, what crops they can plant there, and they are giving portions at a fee, and then through that they are able to develop farms for 3 years, and they harvest them so that they are able to make some money and also have food for their families. Overall, this is a big district. It has a lot of populations. We have the Asante Mine line, we have the Fante Mine, we have the Igbe line, we have the Krobu Mine and other areas, and then the indigenous services themselves, with integration of the Bono people, integration of the northern migrants here. So this is a huge place with complex problems, but it has to be solved. And I'm glad that I stand at a point in which I can be part of the solution by analyzing the issues and also giving an input that is significant. We are interested in seeing that this district develop. The children, the adults, all the people who are here to benefit from the wide array of forest reserve, of cocoa, and all the other plants, cash crops that are here, and also an emerging service economy. And so factories, processing plants, and other opportunities. I'm hoping the new girls' school I'm building will help the future generation. The same way I'm also building a new facility for sports, for males, sports academy, and all of those things can come together to really bless this. Some of the projects are in critical stage of near completion, have completed 20% and so forth. My goal is that I will continue as the Member of Parliament by being elected for another 4-year term so that I can complete these projects. So this December, I count on the people of Bia West to vote for me massively. I also want the elections to be very peaceful. We've had unfortunate incidents of infiltration of macho men, military, whether they are official or unofficial, by persons parading themselves as state agents who were here during the registration, and unpleasant situations occurred, including even physical attack at a radio station by the agents of the ruling government. I anticipate that these elections will be peaceful and that nobody will be hindered from exercising his or her franchise. I count on the people of Bia West, who elected me to represent them, to speak in the Chamber of Parliament, to speak in on all the major television and radio stations, and to engage them as I have done in their communities, that on December 7th, they will vote for me again to continue to represent them and to continue the developmental projects we have initiated.
For say I'm saying for more shares in East TV say that's what no reading English and Arabic school. A day you can share and tabo danya and on an chronicle. Then and I'm Dr. Augustine Tawiah, the more dim book T3 our addition, you know, and a die for fair and the West here is who I ain't chakra, me did the same or I buy a beer school, me did the same crown, be free school, then we move. No more about 4 for Dr. Augustine Tawiah. As in the moment here for classrooms, now they were down at SCTA. Now, every year for way a project. Now, who are daily lobbying skills for Timmy and different gas fund? In Tiano and in the year by Now, in fact, last week that 50 years back, Ubaha, and Hano, hey, and pray on that woman you. Ubaha, and have a kitchen. Now, Sakichi, on says the Siamo, the one who must see for an answer upon the Nijumo. No person dachi piano, and proud of more Bia West, or more M for one fan to be so. So, when the Nippon emission on us, a Polonian simple answer could be enfanced. The woman that soon done herself, obey me and what. Now, Bia to me up school, no one to me and some of Papa at the Abama to 20 says, yeah, we just school down West here. We are more than one crown, round the bus here. Who makes me a baby? I will move here. Who makes me a Nabian and so at the amount crana. And your father worker so fine, Western off the remove school down here. It is Saint Yabuso, and I'm Osha has here a office. Come on. Teachers for the Bombay baby at now. I draw my minimum from me at Crown so at yet. And Chakra, sir, baby, and we a classroom blog. Now, classroom blog, in fact, a move by bar. You go so wish I say, a tomorrow Muguso and Chakra, or met me no man handed over to no reading English and Arabic school. Never be answer at me up to wait. Dr. Augustine Tawiah, Nymphia 9 year and on Chinese, not only a bum said there, your name says Yano, and people by our power, but as opposition MP, the Juma dear wordy at the Agua Bia West and a queer car. Dr. Tawiah, a Bia West Member of Parliament. Now, if we know we a school down a war, the bishop, Bia Limelighter. A Juma who do be school a downhold of a fair who do be bring on West. Oh, I am some Kitwa. We a safe unit classroom block. Oh, mercy. And cry what Bia West. A never be pa no motion. A day a wooing a year classroom of a fair new and crown AC. Oh, the bishop. I said the bay and crow the bisons being able to be part atana, no motion at the tea. And a Dr. Augustine Tawiah and she easy said that way at the moment. New wing, your offices, and I think classroom block, Sronkokra. A Dr. Augustine Tawiah, Nymphia 9 year with Ugusa Woche, or no so SC. Way a basic school, and also ever the bishop. Now, every year, but what the Abrosan Sronkokra, me who be that? Our Western North. Se basic school pa yes na present say jai na we so classroom block offices any normal go do nyina ewom adachi bia no enkora omo bia west de o meya be partner asua de bi se edan efe ye pa na wo bia west school dan ho de bebre no musisie info na ye hwe eye Bia Limelighter Training College omu new site ti dacha nkoma bia no o site no mo no mufru hwa eha eno beba Dr. Augustine Tawiah ne nsa no nyuma no ba ko nso ni ene wo si dan fe na say college of education no ono a na de baaye na bi ni ho ba bi ye dri eye Adofia Senior High School we administration block a doctor by no the first year na economic film ntem eno si administration block edema Adofia Senior High na bi ni ho na ebi ni ho doctor ansan no nyuma no ebi ensuni ai ni wo boa na say Adofia Senior High School nso atimi atumpon akosi ye kama a eya sem ketu akra nti Dr. Tawiah ni mfe na ya wo twa ewo Bia West we na was simple no Bia West for enko mani no monto aba ensa enfam penos wo ko isama Islamic KG ebi wo ho Samsona Kalatisu Arabic School Adofia English Arabic School enso ebi wo ho Samsona Kwame Tawiah kurum so ene omu si dan fe ewo ho we KG block ewo dibiso na nam se edusua eda doctor Augustine Tawiah akuma so ntino da bia wo prese obesi school adan hodo na wasi asiniye se da bia nkra wa Bia West de wo meya ba bi enso atena Elio Krum wamo vocational and technical school Dr. Augustine Tawiah nim die ono ena de bia limelighter eba e first training college eba e wo bia ene wo the vocational training institute so eba Elio Krum afina wa sha ase the doctor esrese mo ntoma no se de be ya obetumi ato aso adi dwuma pa edi aboa mampuntuo titiri adusua mu nso etimi awie peye edi ama Bia West for tini ehwe nyina classroom blog afein na Dr. Augustine Tawiah asha ase wosie ewo Elio Krum tini ugusu a wohwe nyina no classroom blog Dr. Augustine Tawiah isi na ne yahwe classroom blog foforo kra isi ewo Paneabo ewo Bia West mansimu school dan die jai doctor ye na fam de bia se kro bia wo Bia West bia no anye bia wanya hwe ya mom kra no classroom block de obi abetimi anya bi se de be ya enkra eba no won betimi afo no mosua de na da kyan koma bia no omo so etimi nya broni adwuma yi bi enso aye nti enei ne koso no Baby Yedri Adofia English Arabic School. Sedem di kan di tu anim no. Dr. Augustine Tawiah. Aba du sua dia wo demu soronko, odemu fua. Nti wei Adofia English Arabic School. Eni o ma payagu ho, anyam ya ketoa. Anyo mo tuagu ho. E blocks o motwa. Dr. Augustine Tawiah ya de. O se ye bona baso. Na ye to aba enso edma no so abon ho modin ye pa ene woboa amadusua enso etimi wie pe ye Bia West nya de o matimi aye renovation bia ewo ho enfo no wusi da na painting kra no eho atimi aye din ne nyankopon ncha de Dr. Augustine Tawiah atimi ahwe ne futum ayiska 10,000 Ghana cedis ediama Ghana Education Service nei omo etimi edi aye renovation fe painting fe for motimi aye ye twa ho mfoni ye de ma ahwefo omo hwe sa University TV eno hwe dan na nka most of the Ghana Education Service for omo dan ahode ye timi ehu ni nyina no be kono na tese dan no tetia na esi omo ntimi anya bibia wo mbede nei de Dr. Augustine Tawiah enam so opepa de man ne man na mpo no enam so wonim de ewo adusua mu ntine nei oba Bia West we na fam de bia sempo no betimi aboa ema adusua so etimi atompo no etimi ato ne botoma 10,000 Ghana cedis kan sika 100 million nei omo de SCC Bia West Ghana Education Service for omo edan SCC ana dan SCIFFF nti dan a wo hwe de Dr. Augustine Tawiah ne mo betimi ebeboaye ema ene edan etimi FFF kan wuduru ha de a nya de o konkra bedo sempo no be ya adwuma o ha be de need obi a wo twum bia no enwu sam papa ne ba ye no wo boa madwumadi atimi akoyie wo Bia West constituency me da we bia so ne ye hwe asuenta ach compound na enya adusua nko a na doctor anije ho da bia wo hwese ne manfo nso betimi anya apomudin papa se de be ya omo so mudwumadi ahodo mudie no omo ho betimi ato omo na enke hu ni se COVID-19 brem na woyi na so doctor ena fam de bia na no o timesca 195,000 Ghana cedis which is 1.95 billion old currency adequate share national health insurance scheme so mo mfa emwa se de be ya national health insurance scheme o Bia West so omdwumadi ahodo mudie bibia betimi awie peye betimi anya pomodin pa na obi atimi enso aho ato no because onya pomodin pa nya ade aho betimi ato wo nti ene dwumadi ahodo a Dr. Augustine Tawiah ADA edi abo health centers wo Bia West no nti ne yehwe asuenta chief compound fe ene okọ Kwame Aje Kuruma winning center Dr. Siewie
doctor sie wie ene mia ho de bebra no so aka a doctor guso we sie tiamo doctor Augustine Tawiah baso ba bia ye dri eye sewi asuapri na ne mpanfo bebre eta aka ne say water is life. They said a beya obi abenya supapa na wano munti. Doctor dia to na koma so say onso beboa na ne manfo atime yen supapa no. Nti ene ukwasu epri a doctor ye nsuye kama ewo ho. Okọ sika ne asem a waye bi wo ho. Okọ tigari a eho nso kama. Sa nso na okọ aigbela ya ene yen ka kura. Ko jese wo bre eho nso doctor ye adwuma fefefe ene omo aye water project kama enso ho sa nso na kroboman so doctor ye bie ewom simple enye ne party na woso MPP aban na woso nenso doctor na fam die bia so beboa e ma ne man etimi edi eno na yesre se December 7th okwa doctor ede number 2 fatim ne ho na to abamma no ntimi nto ne nyuma pa wo sha ase no so nimfie na ani o doctor yebi